this next one will be.
It's going to be close. It might get there. For the audience watching, all 10 of you, if this engine makes over, or this cam, which is Karsten Kafer's, makes over 702 horsepower, Tim Hillard, who's in the lead right now, will finish second. Of course, this cam also could win all the categories, and then he'd win it all anyway. Or he could do well and win anyway. But if 702 happens, Tim Hillard's second. Of course, we still have Aaron Quinton to run after this. So either one of those makes over 702. Tim Hillard will lose the lead. And he's had it all week. That's 706, 547, but this isn't the competition pool.
Probably go back into another one.
Wow. I wish you could get it back to like 156. So you got the pump off, so it's building all the heat though, isn't it?
Well, the water's gonna go up, then it'll have to come back down. We don't have enough oil temperature to raise the water very fast, it's gonna have to slowly come down. And
Let's see if it gets to 149 and start it up. By the time you get it cooled down, it'll be like 155 maybe if we're lucky.
you want more oil temperature?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think if we let it sit here a little bit, that pool might come up a little bit more. But yeah, like you say, when I started, it should come on up a little bit too.
Yeah, 'cause all that hot oil will go across it. Karsten Kafer. $709, $548. Print that. That guy's from Germany, by the way.
Germany,
Yeah.
probably the time zone, dude.
Yeah, I know. Because yesterday I was texting him, like, hey, man, about the shaft rocker. Because you could do WhatsApp or whatever. And he's like, it's 8 o'clock here. I'm eating with my wife. Because they do eat later dinners than we do, by far. I was like, oh, sorry, buddy. Yeah. One to go. What's up? Did he come in? No, I just want to make sure.
I didn't even really say anything about my printer yet, so it might make a tip. Oh, shit.
Oh, you jinxed it.
Can you believe that? Did you already have it one copy? This is the second
Yeah, I
copy?
need that one.
Okay, it might just be thicker in there.
a way for me to drop this in there. And I got the, I'll tell him on the live feed, but he might still actually be in the lead from the thing of it, 'cause I thought of something else. Okay, that lead is tight. So he made 708, but there's one little thing. Yeah, I forgot about the averages because Tim Hillard owns the averages, and I didn't even check to see how this averages are. But if he has more averages than Chris Allman, which I don't think he will, that would move Allman down one, but then he'd be up one in the peak horsepower. So I'm not able to run the numbers right now. We got to tear it apart for one more, but I think I think Tim Hillard's either tied for first now or in second. So that's really, really close. And then really, if Aaron Quinton does a higher horsepower for sure, I think you're Tim, you're gonna probably end up finishing second. But we'll see. We got one left. Thought I'd show the audience. That right there, that shaft right there is the one that's broken. Right there. It's cracked in between, which you can't even see because I put it together and then tighten it down. That's that one. Still together. See? That's the other piece. Oh, how hot is it? 170?
This time it's only 137. That's the easy one. It's usually 160.
I'm sure when you pull out that cam, it's 170.
Yeah, the cam's usually every good like that.
Got it.
Let me be clear.
Number 6 yet?
I mean, yeah.
Yes, you better answer that right. You never know who's watching.
She ain't watching. I think there's only 20 people watching. I guarantee ain't a single one of them a woman. Let alone mine.
That's where you're at.
Yeah, I guess.
Canvas, check 188 on
Wow.
that. Check the middle of it, the window. Here it got settled in, didn't change that much. And it's still wearing. but this should wear it up this one.
see what you got for cash, buddy. Looking at your CAN card, Aaron, I probably would have picked more exhaust duration. And a little bit more lift, although it doesn't look like the lift makes as much of a difference as the exhaust duration. On these feeler gauges, for the record, for all of you guys that do this often, tighten this thing. There's nothing worse than adjusting valves in the inside of your car and that falls out. That'll ruin your day, because it's happened. For those of you that are watching it, I said I have 2 feeler gauges. 16 is what he wants it lashed at. 18, if it goes through, I have to redo it. Hey, Ken Collins, if you're watching this live feed, could you text me? My phone number is 918-520-3480, so I'm sure. It'll pop up on my wristwatch and I can see. Because I think my wife might actually love me, and so that might be good news for you. You're probably trying to make money at a real job. Kenneth, Robert, I'm on the dyno and I can't answer your call. Sorry, buddy. Probably not watching my channel anyway, but it'll have to be a Monday deal. Yes, I usually work weekends, but not this one. Oh, okay. Sorry. Alright, since you're watching, Kenneth, I hope I got the right one. Sorry, dude. I brought back your ice packs. Sorry, I'm trying not to mess up at the same time. And I put one in the refrigerator because Gary's got one here. I don't even know if he knows it's in there, but I kept it in the fridge all night. My wife, because she somewhat loves me, she's driving up. She just texted me like 20 minutes ago and said she's on her way. Now it's a 2-hour drive. It'd be faster if I drove, but anyway. She's bringing up the rest of them, and she actually followed directions and did the whole thing and got it wet, let it soak, put it in an ice box. And anyway, she's supposed to come here, and if that happens, I am going to test it. Because then I don't have to change anything. I just put this thing on it. Gary and I can chill, and then we'll see what happens. And I think that'll be interesting. And I'll probably go all out. I'll probably put the bigger card on and everything too. I know John Cloud, you really want that cam changed, you have to pay a lot more money. And I'm not trying to be a dick or nothing. I am worn out. This intake gasket will have maybe one more use. It's not that I won't test it, by the way. Just I gotta put that one over there. I just will have to test it at a different time. What I've been trying to do here lately, in case you decide to do this too, is on these LGM rockers made by Terry Wilkes. I'll show you in just a second. And I'm trying not to mess up, but really this is the last one. So the rockers actually in a way make it easier to do these cam swaps like this, because if you look at the bottom, they don't have a big cup, they just got this little one that's all part of this whole nut. So you can actually unscrew it all the way out if you wanted. So what you can do whenever you're doing this, it may not be exactly on the base circles, but you can screw this all the way out so that the push rod gets in. So you're not wasting as much time. The catch is, if you go rolling around and it can snap, like on Monday I learned that lesson. But and I don't mean necessarily snapping, but the push rod will pop into the cup because it's sitting off to the side, not perfect, even though you had it in there. So anyway, the other note is, put in one on each side. So like I have 2 on that side, and I'll put the second pair on this side. So I was doing like, whoa, 3's fine over here, and had none over there. And then try turning the engine over, it could almost, because it's fighting against itself, it almost never gets where it needed to be. So lesson learned there. There's another trick I learned too. And several of you said, why did you back off the nuts? Every one of your cams, every single one has a different base circle by a few thousandths. And trust me, I tried. I was like, because 2 of the cams were right back to back at 15 thousandths for lash. I was like, all right, I won't have to adjust it. Couldn't go on. And I mean, the difference was noticeable. It wasn't like a foul. It was like I couldn't get the shaft rocker on. So they're all over the place. There is no, you would think it'd be universal, but it ain't. So what you do is your finger tighten first. See how they still move like this? But because they're not in the cup. So it makes me a little nervous. So what I'll do is I'll grab my Allen wrench here. I'll screw it all the way down to 0 lash and back off a half a turn. Do that on both. That gives it a lot of play. And then finger tighten these down so it stays in that cup area, and then you can torque it. And then, because I'm paranoid, I double do it. The reason why you back off a half is to make sure that whenever you're tightening down, it doesn't take up that clearance and cause it bind on the shaft. This is an LGN tool in case you're wondering what I'm using. These are not cheap, but well worth the money. I think they're like $300. I'm probably wrong. But it torques to 22 foot-pounds. So when you hear me clicking it, that's what it's doing. And that's actually what you're supposed to torque these adjuster nuts down to is 22. So it's like a handy tool instead of getting out a regular torque wrench. You just text me and I problem with this watch, I just wish the text would stay up longer so you could actually use the thing. iPhone. Oh, you're doing the group one. Your wife is the best, Ken. She's pretty good, I have to say. I bust her balls a lot, but she really is a good wife. No, she doesn't have balls, that'd be weird. Like, if you want to make your wife jealous, let me tell you what my wife does. And no, it's not, and I'm just lucky. I really got lucky with both my kid and my wife. That's about it. But I'll take those. But just if you want to make your wife mad, just tell them this. I don't cook, and I'm just being honest. I did when we first got married because she didn't know how to cook, like at all. Well, I shouldn't say at all, like hardly anything. So when I ate stuff, like I think she got tired of what I was making anyway, because I was eating bachelor food. Like dinner would be like a box of rice and romi. You're like, that's all you had? Did you have no, a box of rice and romi. Because I was so used to living in the poor life in college anyway, and we never had money. And to me, I felt fine eating that. And like, maybe I'd have a can of tuna or something later or something like that. But I did. Anyway, I would fry chicken. I taught her how to do that. And now I can tell you for sure she's way better at cooking chicken than I am. But she cooks, we hardly ever go out to eat. My only pet peeve really with her is she will not eat fast food. Refuses it. The only time we'll do that is at a swim meet, and that's it because there's no other choice. But she will not do fast food. And I'm like, come on, babe. She's like, well, it's the same price, and it kind of is now, no doubt about it. But anyway, back to the point though. She cooks. I do not. She cleans. I do not do the dishes and stuff. And you're like, you dick. I mean, I would. Here's the thing. I would do them, and she's gonna say no. But one time, like I shouldn't say one time. Several times I would do it, and I put stuff in the dishwasher, and that's just like wrong way. So I'm like, why am I doing this then? I'm just, you do it then. And so after teaching, I know if you don't want a kid to do something, don't criticize how they do it. Otherwise, they'll never do it again. And so that's how it's been. So she cooks, she cleans. I don't do laundry either because, she's tested me on that one. I'll say that. So it's not that I won't do laundry. It's just she does it because she knows what I will do. So I will take everything, all the cupboards, washing them. Because I don't have any fancy clothes anymore. Now that I'm not a teacher, I don't have to worry about it. And then I'll wash it all together. And nope, you turn up my clothes. Sorry, they're all the same to me. Whatever. So she's like, I'll do it. She folds them and puts them away. I would fold them and put them away, but it's not on the time frame that she wants, which is fine. And I'm not making fun of her for any of that. But, so she cooks, she cleans, does the laundry. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Really, really great. And no, it's not like you just demand it. If she said, I'm not cooking tonight, I always say, because there's times she's like, I'm not cooking. I'm like, all right, we're going to go out to eat. And she's like, you're not going to cook? I'm like, no. Because I will cook. Like, there's times I'll cook. For instance, then she knows I'll do this one. I love my burgers. So I've got this Pit Boss smoker, which it's broken. So I have to physically light the smoker, like catch stuff on fire so the thing will do it because the nighter's out. But my burgers on there, fantastic. I mean, there's nobody touching mine. No place we can go out to eat, they're the best. So I'll do that from time to time, but it's still pretty rare. Mostly because I'm so busy. And that's the other thing with it too, they're like, why don't you cook? Well, in all fairness, I will come in from the shop working about 7. Usually I'll call it 7, but if I'm working on something, I'm like, if I get this done, this job's done, this guy's off my back, or I'm like, man, really close on, not really close on money, but I'm like, I really would like, I could have another 1,000 for Bishop's College, I just gotta get this job done, it might be 7:30, it might be 8. She can't do that. She can't go that long without eating. She just can't. So that part of it too. And she also knows I can like totally skip meals. I'm bad enough. It's not a big deal, but she will, like for instance, if I eat, like I haven't gone to the gym in forever just because of the timing. But if I go to the gym, I'll get like breakfast at some place. And that's the thing that drives people nuts is like, I used to get up early and start working out in the shop early. You couldn't get anything done. You just get bombarded with calls. So I was like, you know what? If you do it the other way, because there's 2 ways to do it, and people knock either way. If you work late, it seems like you get less calls. So there's a benefit to that. If you work early, it's like you were there, you just didn't get, you got less done from the calls and stuff. So I don't come in, I don't go in the shop as early as others, except for on rare occasions. I'm like, if I could just get this done, really, I need to get this done. So anyway, I'll go to the gym in the mornings, work out, and then I'll get a big breakfast, but I won't eat again until like 8 at night. That ain't gonna fly with her. So it's not like I'm like, I've gotta be the man of the house, you know, you do what I say, this is the 50s. I ain't doing that, it's just the way things work. She also knows I would do things, I just don't have a lot of time. She also understands how much hours you put into the shop, so if you're self-employed, you know, it's bad. You work a lot. And she also is more forgiving now too, because she understands where those funds are going. So like, all of Bishop Swim, that's me. All of his college, that's me. So if I don't, she's more forgiving that way. But I don't think that would work for every marriage, because I don't know how many people, friends of mine, whose marriages did not work, and they were like, my husband was lazy. It wasn't that their husband was necessarily lazy, they just really didn't have time because they were doing other stuff, and she kind of understands that, so I'm very lucky. The cooking thing, I know some guys love to cook. I'm indifferent. If I had time, I would probably do it more. I just don't. So I'm constantly thinking, man, I gotta get this done, I gotta get this done. But she's a really, really good wife. She's also easy on the eyes. So I have never said anything about her body ever, because I really don't care. Because the thing about beauty is this, and it's hard to tell women this. I'm glad I don't have a daughter, because it'd be really hard to explain this to them. Beauty's great, but it's the most fleeting thing in the world. You can lose money quicker. If you can lose your beauty quicker, you can lose your money. So if your whole personality is built on your beauty, it's a rough life because you're going to lose it. So anyway, I've never said anything, like she's really, really beautiful. But I've never said anything about her weight or nothing like that. I never would. And consequently, she's never said anything about mine either. But the point I was trying to make is, she still goes to the gym all the time, way more than I do, trying to keep herself in shape, but I don't even care. I don't care how she looks. She's very kind. Like, we're definitely the opposite. So when you ever have these people that are like, talk about their spouses and stuff, and they're like, we're complete opposites, we are. I am not the talkative one. You're like, well, you're talking now. If you catch me in public and I don't hardly know you, I hardly say anything. Unless you just happen to catch me in a really good mood. Her, complete opposite. Me, I can complain, I could be in silence and it doesn't bother me a bit. Her, gotta have some talking, gotta have something. Me, I see the bad in everything, she sees the good in everything. It's the exact opposite. And so I really got lucky, I truly did. I know a lot of my friends got divorced, and I don't know, second marriages and stuff. And I don't know how, I won that lottery. And she'll never watch any of this, and I'm not saying it for her benefit. She never watches any of my stuff. That is something. She doesn't like the racing thing. She'll come to the racing events I'm in, but she hates it. So I don't ask her really to go. Only if I think I'm going to have a chance of getting hurt, then I'll ask her to go. Just because I'm like, I'd like to have someone there to say, yeah, you could treat him medically. But she hates it. So I get it. I don't like going to the Fair of the Heart. That's like a craft show for girls. It'd be like a car show for girls, I'd say. So she didn't ask me, thank God. You know, with her cooking, come to think of it, I guess I can blame her for my weight gain too. telemarketer. How am I answering your call? Hey.
Press one.
Yeah. Ah, damn it. Bullshit. Grab the timer, Mike. Get that out of my way.
this gonna blow them all out?
I don't know. We'll see.
That's why we're doing it.
That's right.
Feel real quick, but I think we're good.
All right. $709, 547. It's almost identical to the last one.
I promise, we changed it.
There'll be smoke on this. My oil was everywhere. Like whenever I take all the valve covers, it goes. And I have oily hands. That one side doesn't have a breather on it, so it's doing an oil mist out on the header. There's also probably some residual water from just the stuff that steams out. It's normal. If it was smoking now, I'd be worried when it's at idle, which it's not.
for it?
Yeah. Aaron Quinton. $706 and 542. They could see your oil sensor might have stopped working or something. What was the oil temperature?
It was,
Because it wouldn't go up.
well, that's
And it
the
shouldn't.
thing. I didn't have as much water to pull it up. It's at 154 right now. If you want to make one more run, we can try to get the water.
Yeah,
up
let's do
there.
one more.
I didn't get the water up enough when I shut it down.
Go ahead. Aaron Quinton. $709, 540. Print that one. And that's it.
Lunchtime.
Yeah. You want to try something I'm going to get back? I know you're like, no.
Here's the thing, is I know if we go to a lunch, you're gonna have your mind going.
Well, Carrie's supposed to be coming here. She's supposed to bring me these cool packs.
Oh, I know. I figured we'd have to throw ice on the intake. And
That's what it is, essentially, yeah. I'll put the bigger carburetor on. I don't know if he'll match Joe's, but I don't feel like changing the cam again.
you get a video of your madness.
Well organized, you mean?
Uh-huh.
Oh, while we're at it, I'm gonna have you print off some stuff before I forget. Because there's some that didn't have the right averages on the beginning.
Right.
So I can tell you which ones. Let's go with run number 3. And you could just print off the numbers, not the manifold vacuum and all that, please. Next one should be number 7. And then number 10 and 11. And then number 14.
Then
That should be it.
we made it through.
Nothing showed up, did it? These shafts. It's all right. So Tim, you asked about your other one. This is 10. This is the actual one you. Hold on a sec. Make sure I got the right one. Sorry. 11. This is 10. In case you're wondering. So you can see your averages and your peaks. And this is the one that, which I haven't wrote your name on yet. This was your scoring one. So yeah, you did better on the last one.
I'm not gonna dump the water.
Why not? We'll just keep it cold. Water up, or the oil up.
That's what I said.
Well, sure you don't want to drain it, then we just, as long as the oil stays hot, I don't care. Because if it leaks.
I can drain it when we get back down, keep it all hot.
Oh, okay. I get
And
what
then
you're saying.
put cold water in.
Okay. What are we eating?
Good question.
I'm going to end the live feed, but I'll drop those other ones in that folder whenever. I don't know when. But I printed them off, so they're all there, so they have the correct averages on it and stuff, but you get the idea. Anyway, you went printing off all 4 of your runs. Do you mind printing off some more? 2 more? Oh, you just left. Let me show you, Tim, just because I don't feel like reading it. Here's how you went. So before yours got better, not worse. Your first one was 700, 587. That probably had a good torque number. Peak horsepower, no. Next one, 700, 575, 73. And this was your scoring one, which was 578 on torque. So, I don't know. I printed those 2. That's your peak horsepower. And your peak torque would have been here, but it wouldn't have counted. Anyway, there's a bunch of this. Just so you know, that's how I keep track. Because for those who are wondering, the numbers at the top, so it says like run 14, so you can keep track. You can just follow 14. There's that page. Of course, there's a bunch from the day. And there's that page. Total of 49 runs. Adios, guys.